First in importance is the shore of Lake Michigan, which should be treated as park space to the greatest possible extent. The lakefront, by right, belongs to the people. Not a foot of its shore should be appropriated by individuals to the exclusion of the people. 1909 Plan of Chicago. From the very beginning of Chicago's history, the lakefront was intended to be open, clear, and free to be enjoyed by the people of our city. Today, not many people would argue that we haven't reached this goal, with our 26 miles of shoreline, over 25 beaches, and an 18-mile lakefront trail. We have uninhibited access to the lakefront, with acres of public land to enjoy it. But somewhere in our history, one building managed to break away from the cluster of downtown skyscrapers and position itself uniquely on the lakefront. Lake Point Tower, a 70-story skyscraper completed in 1968 that would become the only skyscraper east of Lakeshore Drive. When it was completed, it was the tallest apartment building in the world, and the architects John Heinrich and George Shipperwright won numerous awards. Its Y-shaped design gives each resident a unique view of Lake Michigan. The angles are specifically set at 120 degrees to minimize the ability to see into your neighbor's apartment, keeping your privacy and dignity intact. The base of the building features a 2.5-acre private park designed by Alfred Caldwell. While in Chicago's history, there are numerous policies and plans that outlined the lakefront was to be kept open.
A common to remain forever open, clear, and free of any buildings or other obstructions whatever. 1836 Plat of Chicago. No construction be permitted along the lakefront unless it is built for the recreational and cultural use of the people. Nathaniel Owings, chairman of the Chicago Plan Commission.
There was an exception. The huge transportation hub which surrounded the mouth of Chicago River. In 1835, 150 acres were purchased by the New Yorker Charles Butler, who sent his brother-in-law, William Ogden, out from New York to manage and develop it. William Ogden, who would become the first mayor of Chicago, founding the Chicago Dock and Canal Trust, and whose very own name would reference the area here as Ogden Slip. Of course, nobody raised any issues concerning conflict of interest.
In 1948, the basic policies for the Comprehensive Plan of Chicago outlined this area could be used for harbor and terminal facilities for passengers and freight vessels. In 1964, when the plan was revised, the exemption was still noted, although the purpose of the land use was omitted.
The failure to define the exemption made all the difference, and developers broke ground in 1964. It could be argued that this oversight was an accident. Another clerical error during the Mayor Daley Sr.'s administration. The two buildings behind me, Harbor Point and Outer Drive East, were, until 1987, east of Lakeshore Drive, when the road was rerouted to remove the S-bend. Interestingly, Outer Drive East, or 400 East Randolph as it's known today, was completed in 1963, a year before Lake Point Tower broke ground. I was confused as to how such a building was approved until I found this photo of Mayor Daley helping raise the Chicago flag at the building's topping out ceremony. In 1973, the Lakefront Protection Ordinance came into effect, stating, "In no instance will further private development be permitted east of Lakeshore Drive." This story was suggested by Stephen, and if you'd like to suggest your own, I'm going to put a link in the description below. I'd also recommend checking out 1001 Chicago Afternoons. It is a fantastic project and it's definitely worth a read. I'll put that in the link below as well.